Welcome to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the Autistic Superblog's The Hot Take. This one's going to be a little bit different. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of the same, but it's also going to be different as we talk about Ryan Seacrest becoming the latest host of Wheel of Fortune following the retirement of Pat Sajack at the end of next season. I'm one of those individuals that wants to give Ryan Seacrest a chance when it comes to being the new host of Wheel of Fortune. It definitely helps when you consider that the next that that Ryan is going to have the backing and the support of Pat Sajak going into this new role, as he'll be leading into other situations in the next 3 years. He'll be on his creative consultant. So this could only be a good thing, but I can also see where people can really be really worried about certain things. I mean, let's face it. Wheel of Fortune is Pat Sajak and Vanna White, and it's gonna take some time to really like get ourselves into the feeling that Pat Sajak and Vanna White are not going to be around forever, and it's always natural to really think about who can replace them. Well, now we've got our answer, and I feel like doing so would definitely like given the new hosts, uh, whoever they may be, chances to really shine on their own 2 feet. Give them the chance to really like step up to the plate in their own way, to let them sink or swim on their own terms. Um, we saw the same thing with the late Alex. We saw the same thing when it came to the late Art Fleming when he wouldn't be a return to the reboot of Jeopardy that we all know and love. And we felt the same way when it came to the late Alex Trebek when he passed away in 2020. Um, and we felt the same way when it came to Bob Barker and Drew Carey on The Price is Right. That's going to get into another thing I'm going to get into. But I wanted to say this. I feel it'd be a good idea to kind of give individuals the chance to sink or swim on their own, to give them a chance to learn the game as we know it, to bring their own spin on things, to bring their own attributes into the hosting role. Because as much as I'd like to not say this, the classic hosts of the past have all come and gone, or are all coming and going. And it's really important for us to really keep an open mind when it comes to certain situations and certain aspects of the hosting job that we know and love as game show fans, but it's also important to really like give other people a chance to kind of put spin on things. And I feel like the price I mean, Jeopardy did the right thing when it came to Mayan Bialik and Ken Jennings. They did the right thing when it came to that. They had to really be supportive, but they also had to be wary of the role they were in. And the same thing could be said for Drew Carey when it came to Bob Barker. I mean, stepping into the shoes of the legendary Bob Barker is no was no easy feat, but I feel like Drew Carey did the same thing when it came to that. And I feel like we should give and I know I've mentioned this before, but I feel like we should give people a chance to really get into the roles on their own and kind of earn the merits on their own. Um, that's going to get to another thing I want to talk about. As is now the case, we now found out that this, that come September, that this coming September, The Price is Right will no longer be hosted on the legendary Bob Barker studio at CBS Television City, 7800 Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90036. It will be instead going to Glendale in California. And again, I feel it's important to, as much as it's going to pain us, as much as it's going to pain for us to really like see this happening, I feel like we should really give the new set a chance. I mean, people are saying it's not going to be the same, and it's not. It's not going to feel the same. As someone who has been a potential contestant on The Price is Right, when the legendary Bob Barker was hosting, there was something special to the Bob Barker studio that you could just feel. You could just feel, and any game show fan who's had the pleasure of watching The Price is Right or being on The Price is Right, either live or on the Bob Barker studio, you know how it feels to just feel the electricity coming, and it's almost overwhelming in a way. That being said, I feel like something like this, while tragic, is something that might have been inevitable. And I want to just take the time to really thank the people that are doing The Price is Right and doing a great job at it. I mean, they're doing a great job when it comes to adapting the adapting The Price is Right for a new audience and for a new era, which has gone really well. And I feel like the same way will be the same way in Glendale. I feel like when it comes to nothing will ever take the place of the Bob Barker studio. Let's just get that off the table. But I feel like by doing so, by going to Glendale, even though it's not by their choice, I feel like they'll be able to bring their own legacy. And let's be honest, this is The Price is Right we're talking about here. Do you really think that they would change things so much that it would alienate the, as Bob Barker likes to say, the loyal friends and true that love The Price is Right for what it is, and feel like when it comes to The Price is Right, do they really feel like they would change things so much that things might feel um a little bit different? Um, would they alienate the loyal friends and true and cater to just a certain subject of fans? Um, with that being said, that's gonna do it for the hot take. For this hot take, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing a live show on after SmackDown, giving my Money in the Bank, giving my predictions on the Money in the Bank. So please stay tuned for that. If you like this video, you can check me out here on the Autistic Super channel on YouTube, and you can check out all my videos on the autisticsuperblog.wordpress.com. Stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.